Well, I've always been wanting to do this, do a little tour of the studio or the equipment. In essence, it's an office turned into a little project studio. Nevertheless, we'll start at the outside in. Basically, have the garage, and it's a third car spot in the garage converted with a wall, and to make it into originally an office. It was then turned into a studio. I guess we'll start right to left, and I'm probably not going to remember all the model names. It's been a while since I've accumulated most of this equipment. Starting off with the speakers, that's just a main PA. In case I need to raise the level up a lot. Ordinarily, I'll just use these two KRK speakers, Rocket 5s. But these PA speakers go into a 5,000 watt power amp. From there, we have really, I wanted to go cheap and easy for the practice amps. I just wanted a simple, quick scratch pad solution that would get me close to a Marshall sound and a Fender sound, but my main sound is my Mesa Boogie Studio Pre. In any case, I end up doing most notepad work with writing and plugging in quick and getting a sound with mainly the Marshall. I hardly ever use the Fender, but it's there in case I need that sound. So it's typically mic'd into a SM57 and to the Yamaha, I think it's an MR816X preamp, 8 channels, I believe. Yeah, 8 channels. Handles pretty much anything you throw at it. It's digital, sounds great, and that is designed. It's made by Steinberg and Yamaha. It's designed to go with Nuendo or Cubase. So they're kind of a match made in heaven there for each other. Anyway, back to the signal chain. So those are basically two quick amps to get a quick sound for scratch pad recording. When I really want to record, I'll go with my Mesa Boogie equipment. This monitor is basically used for any netbooks I have in. Down here to have mail open or something. It's just an available monitor for extra equipment. This monitor is mirrored into the vocal booth, which I'll show later. Basically, whatever shows on this screen shows in the vocal booth, so I can see what Paul or a singer or even maybe an instrumentalist would see in there, so they can keep track of where we're at in the project. These two, the top one, mainly for mixing, monitoring, it's basically my virtual mixer. And the bottom one is where most of the work is done. The timeline, it's running Nuendo. I love it. I've worked on Pro Tools. I think Nuendo is a lot better. Plus, it's PC based. Basically, these two are separate outputs. So I'm basically running 4 monitors directly from my system, which is basically a PC that has been rack mounted. Not very good lighting in here, but that's my PC right there. And if I open this up, it's basically a server chassis that's rack mountable that I converted the main board and all the other components of a regular computer into and converted into that. All my computers are that way. At least the main ones that aren't laptops. Anyway, that is feeding 4 monitors. So basically, as I said before, this one's being monitored into a vocal booth. We'll go ahead and take a quick visit into there. Turn the light on. And then here, it's basically a pantry. It's a washer dryer room, originally. Still is, partially. This used to be where you keep canned foods. Got rid of all the shelving. Put as much carpeting as I could in there, and some treatment, sound treatment. Some track lighting. And monitors, headphones, everything's coming through a hole in there from the other side of the wall where the studio is. Running a MXR, I think, condenser mic for vocals. And this is where they can monitor in the screen from inside. You can feed anything to that screen. Karaoke lyrics, depending on what kind of software you're running on the other side. You could even run webcam if you really need to talk to the engineer, see face to face. There's actually a webcam on the other side of the wall as well. So anyway, this monitor is being mirrored by the third monitor inside. I'm thinking of taking the one that I have assigned for netbooks and putting that one in here instead, since they're the same resolution and same aspect ratios. So that'll probably go widescreen shortly. So back into the Project Studio area. Next would be, this is a Behringer Eurodesk. I'm not a big fan of Behringer, but I just needed something at the time to possibly allow for a band that I was playing with at the time to do multiple inputs at the same time. Turns out I really don't believe in the concept of putting an analog device in the middle of a digital signal. I'd much rather take a mic and go directly into the digital Steinberg unit, the MR816X, and not pollute it until it gets to the DAW. So I have nothing connected to the board. Suppose maybe there might be a time, but not now. Okay, so guitars. This is a bass SDG.